Good morning. Keith Hayes, Mirador Television, in the garden again this morning. I've been here from 8 o'clock. It's a bit chilly at that stage, but it's a lovely day, and now it's beginning to heat up and it's even nicer. But between that, I've been talking to friends and colleagues, and 2 hours have slipped by before I even get around to doing important things, which I think are being able to rant on some issue. And the rant that I've got today is I'm seeing everybody saying how the government has looked after the self-employed and the employed and the employers and so on and so forth. Well, a lot of us have slipped through the net. First of all, I'm 80. Yeah, it was almost as if ship them off to a concentration camp. And with any luck, they won't come out and they won't actually affect things. So we 80-year-olds are feeling pretty resentful, a lot of us anyway. Secondly, I'm a small businessman. Oh, well, they're going to help small businessmen. No, they're not. Well, they've helped lots. And I'm sure that those people are very grateful. But there are also millions of us who, for some reason, don't meet the criteria. So I don't get any help from that. Oh, your small business strategy stinks, government. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of people saying how wonderful it is because they're benefiting. But there are some of us, and it turns into millions, apparently. By your own statistics, you said something like, well, we've helped 6 million, but there's still 3 million out there that fell through the net. Yeah, we did. And because of your silly, ineffectual way of putting programs together, because you rely upon computers. Is that simplistic? No, it's not. The more we delve into how people have reached decisions, this is based on what the computer says, not what thinking people say. Well, what you've done, government, is you've set up a system, and for those people that it doesn't apply to, you have no plan B. You have no extra plan. So I don't get anything, right? All right, well, what I'll do is I'll get on with my business and I'll make some money. Oh, I get 2 texts a week and 1 telephone call a week from people in the NHS or people who are supposedly looking after the vulnerable to actually tell me that I should not go outside until the end of June. Oh, well, hang on, you're not going to give me any money for my small business because I'm self-employed. You're going to stop me doing my small business because I can't leave the house, according to you, Blockführer. Well, that's number 2. Number 3, I got Parkinson's. Does anybody give a damn? No. Because I mostly am my own worst enemy. I don't give a damn. I laugh at Parkinson's. I have a delightful lady who is my consultant, and I go and see her once a quarter. And we have a little laugh and we have a little giggle, and she agrees that because I laugh at it, is I'm handling it better than most. But for those people who don't handle it, how's the government helping through this? They're not. No. So we slip through the net again. Then, where do we go? Well, my accountants, who are delightful people, sort of said, Keith, you just don't seem to qualify for anything. But go to this website, a government website, and see what else is on offer. So I went to the government website, and all it did was it took me in a loop, only just to say no. Oh, you can't get universal credit or whatever the hell it's called. You can't get this, you can't get that. In the end, I went back to my accountants, and I said, I have a lovely relationship with them, so don't misunderstand. But I said, I don't qualify for anything. And they came back and said, well, in that case, smile. Well, it's an old saying, when times get tough, the tough get going. And I will fight my way through. I will make sure that somehow my business can be run from home, or part of my business can be run from home, so that at least I can keep up some sort of income. But do the banks care? No. Do the people with whom I have a credit line care? No. They just continue to send out their awful letters, which they haven't bothered to organize a computer. We are very caring, right? During the virus crisis, we're going to actually look after you and be kind to you and so on and so forth. Oh, by the way, if you don't actually pay this, we'll take you to court. You've got 7 days to pay, and then your credit rating will go down, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Yeah, thanks. Very caring indeed. So here I am, absolutely no support whatsoever. And yet, I look after somebody who's mentally vulnerable, and have for almost 4 years, because she also slipped through a net of care. Where the hell are you, all these people that are self-congratulatory, sitting in Westminster, sitting in the local council, all patting themselves on the back, all strutting the stage, saying how well they've handled things? No, you haven't. What you've done is you've satisfied the mob. That's what you've done. And you've forgotten those people who are the real entrepreneurs, the people that really make things tick. And remember that 80% of the old EU economy was made up of SMEs, small to medium-sized enterprises. And who do you play to? You play to the big boys, don't you? And you've let us slip through the net. Well, I'll tell you, if in fact I can't generate my business, I'm simply just going to go and sleep in the park. And every morning I shall do my little rant from the park. And everybody can see how well your policies it worked for 80-year-olds with Parkinson's, with a small business, with a small pension. A pension, incidentally, is not a benefit. The pension is money that you've earned, that you've put aside over the years for payback. I haven't ever taken a penny from the state on any benefit in my entire life. It doesn't matter. Those people who need it can have it. I've never needed it. I did need to be part of this small employment reimbursement scheme, grant scheme, whatever. But no, the computer says no. The NHS says no. The government says no. At all levels. In the meantime, Keith, keep going. No, we can't let you out. We won't let you out. You keep going. Oh, you've been helping the community for 4 years. Keep going. Oh, yes, jolly good. Yeah. Ha! What prats we've got in charge. Boris said just before the last election that the structure of governance in this country needed to be revised, changed, altered, reviewed from the top to the bottom, even parish councils. Well, once you win an election, you forget what you said. And secondly, of course, he and everybody else can use the virus and the pandemic as an excuse not to do anything. Too busy, old boy, looking after the that 60% of which you're not a part. Ha ha! Well, wake up, government. Because the wonderful thing about the UK is that the exceptions have always been bigger than the rule. And when there is another election, you remember the exceptions. You remember how you treated us when we needed you. Ha! It's still a nice morning. The sun is getting warmer. I have to go and I have to do a number of things. But I don't expect the institutions, from government through banks, through corporate lenders, through anybody to do anything for me. I've got to do it myself. And I actually put all this in something called the Tom Paine Post, because there was a man who started off here and made a great difference to the governments of America, the governments of France, and the governments of the United Kingdom. We need change now. My Tom Paine Post on this rant. Small potatoes, very small potatoes. But the fact is, small potatoes, the little people, once they get creative, and once they are sat upon, once too often, are the people that effect change. So you watch out, bankers. You watch out, politicians. You watch out, all the others who have got incredibly rich under very spurious circumstances. Watch out. Tom Paine lives again. Don't look much like it. That doesn't matter. The spirit is here. Toodle.
Going stir crazy yet? So are we. We know the feeling. So why not join us on Mirador? On demand, online, and on Roku.
Good morning, this is Keith Hayes, Mirador Television, and Mirador Television is moving ahead at a fair rate of knots. It's intriguing to get calls from the far west coast of the United States, the far north of Nigeria, people from the Balkans, people from continental Europe, even some people from Greece and the area around the Mediterranean. We're becoming better known, and we're spreading our wings across a good many parts of the globe. We're a small unit, and we need to grow a bit just to look after everything. We're also, at the moment, a voluntary unit. Nobody gets paid in this organisation. However, that doesn't mean to say that we're not commercial. And indeed, we are now looking for somebody to head up our commercial department. When I say we're voluntary, we do intend to have a profit sharing system so that everybody who works for us does get paid, and gets paid on how hard we work and how much revenue we can bring in. But we need somebody with the expertise to bring in that revenue, who's prepared to join us on a no-pay basis to begin with, but help us generate the funds to make sure that this remains a professional operation. We'd like to stay a community station, I suppose, even though we're broadcasting to the world. But television does cost money, and we do need it, and we do need to market Mirador Television as hard and as professionally as we possibly can. We have professional broadcasters, we have some brand new talent, we have a very good program. If you go to Roku, and if you go to miradortelevision.com, and on many social media platforms. So we're spreading, we're well known, we're gathering audiences at a great rate of knots, but we do need help in the marketing department, and I wondered if you would care to drop me a line personally on hayeskeith@hotmail.com and let me know that you would be interested, and I'll have it followed up. We are looking for other people in other parts of the operation as we grow. If you think you've got something to offer, please get in touch at the same hayeskeith@hotmail.com, and we'll certainly take a look at what you have to offer and get back to you. We're a very liberal organisation. We like to encourage new talent, so don't be put off if you haven't been in television before. It'll all depend on the sort of things that you do and the spirit and enthusiasm that you show. Okay, that's it for this morning. Thank you very much for listening. Keith Hayes, Mirador Television. I'd like to welcome you on board. Toodle pip.